see everything's working without a hitch. Somewhat surprisingly so. And I'm nervous. I don't know why. It's because I've taken such a long break that it's basically like starting over. Like I've never done it before. A brand new thing. That's what the way it feels like. I'm looking at my whoop because I was curious because my heart was racing before I clicked live. So I had a feeling it was gonna peak. And my resting heart rate's in the 50s. And it's almost 100 right now. That's how nervous I am. And what I'm doing here is playing the tutorial again, even though I've gotten about an hour or so into the game already, but that was like 2 months ago. So what I'm doing is I'm redoing the tutorial, not so much for the learning aspect of the card game, because I kind of remember most of the card game. But I'm hoping that this reminds me, like you can see in this bottom right here, the C, that's the things I was looking to relearn, to make the cards bigger like that. Because I'm definitely going to have to read a lot, because I don't remember the cards. I do remember the gameplay, kind of. And this, I just click with the mouse, simple as that. B, confirm, there we go. Z is select, V is confirm. That's all I needed to know, basically. Put those cards at the bottom of the deck and then draw the same number back. How dare I be in your Discord and not have followed you on Twitch? That's actually crazy. Oh, wait, no, actually that's not crazy. Because you could have followed me on YouTube. If you found me from YouTube, that makes sense. But I was like, if you found me on Discord, I don't even know how that works. But thanks so much for being here. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Cardfight Vanguard. Probably not. You probably found me while playing Magic the Gathering way back when. But I appreciate you being here nonetheless, and thank you so much for following me on Twitch. That means a lot. And I just redrew, so Cardfight Vanguard has a mulligan, just like Magic, so that feels comfy. Okay, now we're ready to start the fight. Say, stand up Vanguard. Together and flip over your first Vanguard. I don't know if I'm gonna say that. Yeah, MTG, that makes sense. You probably aren't going to enjoy this stream. However, for some reason I had the itch to play. I've been meaning to play this game for quite some time, but I don't know, I just had the feeling, I just wanted to play it for some reason. I don't know. But it's all coming back to me now. The biggest thing that I wanted to learn from this tutorial is the whole C thing, so I could actually read the card. Now, what the hell is happening here? I don't remember these cards at all. Should I just start the game over? I don't really want to do that either. So I got to discard, so I'm going from the right deck onto play, and I have to discard for that. B to confirm. Now it's my main phase. I can play cards that are below or equal to my Vanguard's grade. I remember that. Rear guards, call, okay. Hopefully I can skip through this pretty fast. So I can call this because of a grade level 1. And I believe press W to move. Okay, W is useful to remember. Yes, main phase. W, main phase. Oh, I see. Got it. End phase. He discards Ranma to also call a grade 1. I don't want to read all this stuff. I want to read the cards. Because I think, if I remember correctly, last time I played this game, I was making a hash of things because I was like putting things in the, like as a rear guard, like behind something when I should have been putting them in like the front right, front left. I'm not sure if that has to do with the text on the cards or just simple mathematics. I believe it was simple mathematics, but I do remember this boost icon. A rear guard in the back row with this icon can be rested together with attacking. Okay, so that must have been what I was remembering. So I don't put the boosts in the front right or front left, probably. You know, that would make sense anyways. So let's remember the boost icon. And I believe what I was making the mistake before is I was trying to act like all of the cards were boost cards. because so many of them were in the deck I was playing, which I believe was like a Bruce deck. No guard. Press V to take the attack with no guard. Yes, take the attack. V, C, and W are all hotkeys. Cards revealed during drive check will be put into the hand. Got that? Okay, drive check. I believe I get to, like, damage check, right? As long as it goes through, I get the damage check. Okay. My attacking unit's total power is greater than your attack unit's partial attack hits and deal 1 damage equal to Platinum Wolf's critical. I see. Now I get to trick. And this is the reason why I was so intrigued with this game to begin with, is the triggers. I love it. What is this game? It's called Cardfight Vanguard. That's the card game name. And the digital version of the game that I'm playing is called Dear Days 1. Dear Days 1. A much cheaper alternative because they have 2 versions. They have Dear Days 2, but that's much more expensive. Especially if you found the cheap version of the game like I did. I won't go into too much detail beyond that. Any game with anime baddies is for me. I gotta say, if that's the case, a lot of these cards, I will give it to that and confirm, a lot of the female cards in this game have gigantic forearms. The people who created this game definitely like the anime ladies as well. But the game is more than that. It seems like a pretty well thought out game. And fun fact, I'm going to discard apparently this card for a reason that I don't quite understand. Maybe because it's a trigger, and usually triggers you want to be triggered. So now that it's in my hand, it does less things. I'm assuming that was the reason why that was the right answer. Anyways, as I was saying, the creator of this game was actually under Kazuki Takahashi, which was the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! And he actually created a whole manga series called Yu-Gi-Oh! R. So he's been in the card game for quite some time before making this game. Alright, neither one of these has boost, but what they do have is this Intercept logo. And if I remember correctly, that I think that means when they're in the same row as my Vanguard, I believe I can then intercept the damage afterwards. If I remember correctly, which I probably won't. Now, the thing that I don't know, even based off the 2 days I was playing this game way back when, is when I think it's just simple math from the most part, unless there's an effect. So like, why would I attack with my Vanguard here and not this? Maybe because like it's more likely to be not blocked when it's boosted by my rear guard, which means that if it goes through, I believe I get to trigger myself when I attack with it, which then could boost my 3rd unit. That's the logic I'm going with. I believe that's why the game is telling me to attack with my Vanguard and not my rear guard in this situation, because it would have been easy for them to block. It allows me to trigger like I just did, which means that my strength of my 3rd attacker will be harder to block when I inevitably attack with it. Okay, so there's logic to the order of which I attack with which units, when to attack with the Vanguard, yada yada. Sounds like a good, okay. Wait a second. Oh, is this a front? The front gives to everything. V confirmed. Okay, the front trigger does. I believe there's also a trigger that just triggers to one of my attacking units. I don't remember what it's called though. Another damage check. So damage checks happen with any attacker, as long as it's the Vanguard. But I can only trigger check. Vanguard check? What is the name of that? Vanguard check? I should have paid more attention. This is called damage check, obviously. They get a draw, and okay, the draw trigger boosts one thing up by 10,000. Just one thing, though, it's not the front. Okay, that's the difference. The heal trigger probably does the same thing. I attack with Electric Blow Dragon, and I shall do that. Okay, they're at 18,000 because, okay. So logic went through. And what's interesting about this game is that when the attack doesn't go through like this, I remember, hopefully I remember, that my attacking creature doesn't die. It only dies if they attack it. So now there's even more strategy with how you attack with rear guards. And if you do attack with rear guards, because most of the time, I think, you probably want to be attacking the Vanguard, of course, unless it's boosted by various means of which we've already seen. But now I wonder if the intercept thing works how I remember it working. I'm only at 1 damage, so no guard. Okay, I don't even have the option. But I wonder if it does work that way. If it doesn't work that way, if it's exhausted, which I believe that just means tap. It's another word for tap. And I don't even think it's called exhausted. It might be called something different. Sweet, I got a front trigger. So now this is 20,000? Are all front triggers 10? Maybe? Potentially? Okay, this one was at least. Damage check because they attacked my Vanguard. This was whip, so that's fine. That's totally fine. I take a lot of cards to guard against powered up units. It would take. No guard. Man, you're making the decision for me. I want to make the decision. I want to see if. Okay, I'm assuming because it doesn't seem like it's possible, anyways. Mochamad. What's up, my friend? Hello, man. Hello to you. I hope you're doing well this fine evening, and I hope you like Cardfight Vanguard. Alright, now it's my turn again. I discard. Okay, literally making all my decisions for me, but I guess that's fine. V confirm. Z is what does select have to, what would select do if V is confirmed? So okay, select a card maybe. Nothing to do during my main phase. Press W to the next phase. This is battle phase. So there's no main phase 2 in this game. I attack your Vanguard with Electric Blow Dragon. Okay, they're attacking with a rear guard. It's a little confusing they don't call it a side guard. Okay, they just intercepted. So that's what it did what I thought it did. But now I don't remember if that was sideways. Was that sideways? I'm pretty sure it was sideways, right? You can do it. No. I believe there was animation. Damn it, I should be paying more attention. But my mind's all over the place now. So intercept worked like I thought. It intercepts from the rear guard position. Now another question I have is it intercept from the back row as well? I don't think so. I think I made the mistake once during the few gameplay that I had. We're going to do the same exact thing that we did last turn, attacking with my rear guard, with my Vanguard as the second attacker to maybe bake some things out, maybe get myself a trigger, making my third thing stronger. All of those things would do me just fine. So I get even more chances. Okay, when it says Twin Drive, I get to trigger twice, right? Orders are like spell cards, or like sorceries in Magic. I don't care about that at the moment. Okay, Twin Drive just means double trigger. There are cards that can intercept from the back row, but it's mostly front row, and specifically grade 2 cards. Knight Nakano. Thank you for telling me that. When you're saying that they can intercept from the back row, does that mean they have a separate icon? If so, oh, I got a trigger. Nice, a front trigger. That's exactly what I wanted. If it does have a separate icon for back row intercepts, what does it look like, my friend? Butterhugger? Oh my gosh! How are you doing, Butterhugger? It's been so long, and I feel so badly about that. And I know, Butterhugger, this stream is not gonna interest you in the slightest, but it means the world to me for you stopping by and hanging out with me for at least a short period of time. And look at the time, Butterhugger. It's a much different time than I normally be streaming. I'm trying to stream earlier. I know that your job when we last spoke was kicking your butt. Hard to view a stream late at night when a job is doing that to you. Don't I know it? But anyways, I hope you're doing well. Nekano, they have an effect that says can intercept from the back row or gains intercept. I see. So it would be in the words. That I think is nice. So it's less memorization of icons. Because I remember I made a fool of myself the last time I streamed this game because I couldn't figure out for the life of me. There's a symbol in the text box that's literally a rectangle with the triangle, a rectangle with the triangle. And I was like, I couldn't for the life of me figure out what that meant. I was like, is that inserting? If so, what am I inserting? But it just means stand. Apparently it just means stand, which obviously hindsight being 2020 makes sense. But I was having a difficult time. All right, now, no guard, I guess. I was getting excited for the prospect of intercepting, but I guess she doesn't want to, and I guess it makes sense because I forgot they were attacking my Vanguard, which gives me another chance to trigger, and isn't that what the game's all about, my friends? To Tribosh. Tribash? Probably Tribash, but Tribosh sounds a little bit more ethnic. I don't know. Seems more like a dragon name. I'm assuming that's a dragon. I want to see it. It's not letting me press C. I want to press C so I can view the dragon in all of its glory. I think it's a dragon anyways. Now I'm just here for the vibes. Thank you, Butterhugger. Early stream is quite nice. Also, I'm doing good. Went to a super sick concert last night and blew my ears out because I forgot earbuds. Just resting today. So the ear ringing can leave soon. Popping money later tonight too. That sounds like, one, I'm glad you had fun at the concert. Two, Popper Monday, it literally brings joy. It literally sparks joy every time someone says Popper Monday to me. Because of you and Ian and your whole crew, you guys are just awesome people, and I love having met you. All right, we're going to finally guard because apparently now that we're at 4 damage, my character thinks it's necessary to finally guard. What the hell am I doing? Choose, okay, I have to discard a card for a perfect guard. That I vaguely remember. I would not have remembered if I didn't do the tutorial again though. Press V to confirm the guard. I thought I already did that, but sure. Drive check. Whiff. They did not whiff, they healed. All right, this is a good game. Whoever did this tutorial did a pretty decent job of doing the tutorial. Not gonna lie, 'cause this is the kind of gameplay I like where it's back and forth. And that's the exact reason I wanted to get into this game, because it's very battle-centric. And if anyone that's watched me from Magic the Gathering watches this VOD or is live, probably is thinking to themselves, but you suck at battle. Well, maybe I'll get better after Vanguard, you know what I'm saying? Because I do struggle with the whole battle combat phase, I should say. In Magic, literally the worst aspect of my game. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! There's no battle phase. It's literally solitaire and you just win. Walk them out and you win. Hardly any sort of like back and forth complex scenarios of battling. And some might say, hey, I'm about to do it. I'm about to do the whole intercept thing. Some might say I'm a pacifist. That's why I struggle with, okay, what the hell is happening here? Apparently, okay, the intercept wasn't good enough because I'm at 28 plus feet. 28 plus 5. Okay, and they're at 3. No, that should be enough. 28 plus 5. Plus 5. They're at 30,000. 28 plus 5. 33. What's happening here? Okay, I'm just assuming that in order to intercept, you have to use another card? Oh, no. What I was seeing was the 28 was from already adding its 5. That's what happened. I need to pay more attention. Oh, I gotta lock in. So that just saved me a damage. And that would have put me at 5. A sticky situation, to be sure. But I can't imagine the creators of the game writing it in a way that makes me lose a tutorial. That would be devastating. To the psyche, actually, it would be kind of cool. No one does that, so why not do it? When you perform a Persona ride. Persona ride, I believe, I actually don't need to believe, I remember, is when you write the same card on the card, which allows you to unlock the ability, like a special ability, of a card that wouldn't have been available to you if you hadn't have Persona ride. Not only that, all your front row, oh, I didn't know that. My front row gets plus 10k. Don't mind if I skidoo. I will call this apparently there because it has boost, obviously. Why would you not do that? We'll call the strongest thing to the front, right, rear. I wonder if the Cardfight Vanguarders out there have like fancy names for the front, left, and right, and the left, back, the right, rear, because it's so cumbersome to talk about as a newbie like me. An automatic effect. Choose Blaze Staff Monk. Choku Sha. Okay. V. Okay. V. Selecting those two. Okay, this effect just happened. Not Soul Blast. Counter Blasted. Now I'm gonna use this effect to retire this little guy. Actually, it was a big guy. That's why I wanted to retire it. I've got plenty of attacking power, and you're at 4 damage. I'm ending it this turn. Don't be so cocky. All right, no. W end phase. Go to battle phase. I'll attack with my 20k. No guard. They're going to 5. That's bold. They're hoping for a check. They whipped. Now I'm attacking with my Vanguard boosted. Boosted. I can't take any more. Oh, they have a perfect guard. Son of a gun. Cannot wait for Yuppie at Proper Monday soon. I am a lot closer to you guys than I used to be, that's for sure. That's for sure, Butterhugger. Ooh, but I'm better than they are. No, perfect guard actually doesn't matter. Right, it doesn't matter. It just boosts my third thing up because this is a front guard. Yes, it's a front. So the perfect guard doesn't matter what I drive check. Only for my third attacker to hopefully boost their Vanguard up. No. Hopefully to boost mine up enough to get past their Vanguard, no matter the amount of boosting they can do from their hand and or damage check. Are they guarding? And they have, okay, they can successfully guard. And I don't believe there probably is, especially in like new high level Vanguard, but this is like many years behind the newest, probably, I'm assuming, power prep cards. There's probably cards where you can play it from my hand to have impacted that battle scenario, but I doubt that it's in this game. And if it is in this game, it's probably in the very ooh, that's a cool animation. That's a good looking animation. That was clean. That was like freaking 5K. I don't have a 5K monitor, but it looked like it was a 5K monitor. I call it Dark Strain Dragon and Vachel? Vakel? Alright, now I'm in a sticky situation. Maybe not so sticky. You've always been a steady loser. But, that's a new side of yourself. I remember Yuki, Ichidoji, to be kind of a sus sister. And, it's reigning true once again. Apparently I'm taking this attack even though I'm at 4, hoping for a trigger, I suppose. I can't remember what's in my hand. I wonder if there's a button on my keyboard to show I have a heal. Apparently I'm just the best player on the planet. Since I'm at 4 damage and you're at 5, I don't get to heal? Okay, apparently healing only happens if I'm hurt. But I can boost my guy up. Let's do that. Alright, so if I was 5 and he was 4, I could heal to 4. I wonder if we're both at 4, do I get to heal? And I'm so out of practice of streaming that I'm already losing my voice. That tells you that I don't socialize nearly enough in a normal day without streaming in my life. I don't talk nearly as much as I need to. That brings me to 38,000 power. Next, I'll use this order. Okay, I'm playing an order. A dance party, it looks like. I'm gonna hit C so I can see it clearly. See it clearly. Until, no, I don't need to read that. If your damage zone has 3 or more cards, choose one of your units and it gets plus 15. Man, I'm just the best player on the planet. Literally the best. Alright, I gotta remember to hit C again and get that out of my view. A little bit cumbersome to do that, but that's fine. No game is perfect. They can drive check now. They whiffed. Second check. Oh my gosh, I remember that. That's super cool. I thought that this was like the only card that does that, but apparently there's multiple cards now that does that. And apparently it gets 1 million power, which sounds nuts, and granted, kind of nutty, but fun. Nutty, but fun. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna lose. Wait a second, I got a perfect guard. No, I'm not gonna lose. Wait. No, I'm already at 5. So I have to trigger right now. Why didn't I perfect guard? Whiffed. Oh my god. Two things. One, kudos to whoever made this game, making me lose the tutorial. Kudos there. That's cool. I like that a lot, actually. But why didn't it have me do the perfect guard? Why would you not perfect guard when you're already at 5? Am I already better than the tutorial? Certainly not. Let's get back to the story, because unlike the controls, I remember more of the story. If I remember correctly, this is where we left off. I'm literally losing my voice. That is crazy. It's only been 28 minutes. If I remember correctly, this is where we left off in the story. My younger brother, I'm Yuki Ichijoji, by the way. I have a younger brother. He had a bully. And in order for me to solve that bully problem, I faced the bully, the good big sister I am, in a game of Cardfight Vanguard that had his deck on the line. The sister, me, Yuki, never played before in my life. So why would I gamble? Anyways, I beat the bully, and it turned out the bully had a heart of gold after all. Long story short, we created a Cardfight Vanguard gang. And now, the person that was pulling the strings of the bully, who had a heart of gold, we like him now, we're at their headquarters, and now it's a gang versus gang. Time to pay you back for yesterday. And we already won the first bout with said gang. And by advancing this point, I got multiple decks. We've just been playing with the Dark State deck as up until this point, and because I'm like, again, brand new, I'm just gonna keep it going. This is the deck I'm playing. How do I go back? Stop. No. Why would I credit card? C, maybe? Dub. What is happening? This is I should have. Oh, okay, escape. Obviously, escape. All right, I'm playing the Dark State deck again, and now there's no tutorial. It's just gonna be my brain power. And I apologize for sounding like Kermit the Frog now. That has a smoking problem. That's crazy. What? What the hell? That was also crazy. Who does that? Select the card to exchange? Or... Oh, I don't need to. Okay, there's a lot of ambiguity verbiage. I remember that too. Now, do I want to exchange that card, obviously, because it's my over trigger. The plus 100 million power. I want to do that as well because it's another trigger. That's another trigger. That's not a trigger, but it's a 1 and 2. I think... I don't think clearing my throat... Actually, no, I don't think clearing my throat is going to make that any better. V confirm. I think keeping those 2 cards is okay. I got a perfect card in my hand, which is nice. 3 other guards. Select from my right deck. Discard a card. I suppose I will... That's 8,000, 8,000. This is grade 1. Let's look what this is. That just says Soul Charge. Okay, what about this one? This seems like that one's the most useless. Alright, we're at grade 1. Auto, when this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, choose a card from your soul, call it to your back row. Okay. Okay. And this has boost. Okay, it has boost. And that little in between showing it showed me. It didn't look like it had boost, but it does have boost. This, they all have a guard ability. So I wonder what a good player would do in this situation. Did I just do both? I can't attack on the... They both have boost. And if I remember correctly... Okay, I got it. I will call here. And then I will call here. And the reason why is because if I draw something that I want to play in either of the front guard circles, I can move them back, which makes whatever I do end up playing in those circles better. I think there was solid logic there. I'm gonna say no guard by pressing the B button. Because it's just one. They drive check, but they whiffed. And actually, I would rather have them not whiff early in the game. A D skill. Damage check. Get triggered. I will give it to my Vanguard, obviously, because I don't want them to attack. But they can't attack. But it's a good habit to get into, I suppose. I will ride, and I will send away my trigger that I just drew, V confirm. Now that's even stronger. When this is placed on the Vanguard circle, put a rear guard into your soul and draw a card. Okay, let's look at this one again. That gets +5, and if I'm in Final Rush, when this unit attacks or boosts, I can Soul Charge with it. Draw or Soul Charge? Since this was part of like my Vanguard trio, maybe I should get rid of it. But I feel like charging is powerful, but I probably have more cards in my deck that does the charging ability. So I shall draw a card instead and put that in my drop. zone. I will call my 2 to my front left rear guard. I'll look at my hand again. This has a boost icon. This has a boost icon. Sentinel. Okay, that's a perfect guard. Okay, I remember making the mistake where I used my perfect guards as like boosters, which we don't want to do that. That would be silly. That would be silly. And now, what my brain did, last thing to set myself up, I can move that to the back and then call this to the front right. So now this is boosted. All right, I'm liking this. What happened in this game? I don't remember all this. I played during 2017. First of all, thank you so much for being here and checking out the stream. Second of all, I couldn't tell you because I'm brand new to the game. So this is my normal, but I'm enjoying it so far. But I have no idea how it differs from the version that you know, except for the part of Persona rides. I don't think Persona rides were a thing when you last played, your average MTG nerd. I believe that's probably the biggest differentiator. All right, I'm gonna attack first with my weakest unit. So if they let that go through, whatever. And if they damage check, and if they got a boost from it, that would have meant that I have a better chance of getting over it because my 2 others remaining things are boosted themselves. We want to get this to go through because that allows me to drive check, and it is going through. I get to draw a card and boost up this card because I think at this point they can no longer boost their card. That's what I think is happening right here. I believe that's the right thing to think. I would really prefer them to stop whipping early in the game. Because I feel like it's way less impactful having triggers early on in the game. But that could be a falsity. Could be a falsity. And whips again. Maybe I'm just destined to win, and this is how the game programs such an event. Is whip. Alright, they just, what is that called? God damn it, I just remembered it too. They have 10,000, I'm at 10,000, the tie goes to the attacker. I'm only at 1, so I'm just gonna say no guard. Trigger check. And I believe when I damage check, I should say, I believe it goes in my hand. They just did something, and I whiffed. What did they do? What the hell is that? They went to their hand. Okay. I'm gonna say no guard again. I'll go to 3. That's fine by me. I'm turning the fan on. I'm getting a little heated. Alright, now it's my turn. They only have 1. Ooh, and now it's gonna be fun times because Bruce is here. We're gonna get rid of the 5,000 blocker. That animation was a little bit lackluster. I think they could have done better. And for some reason, my voice is returning. I don't know how that works, but apparently it does. This has intercept on it. This has intercept, this has intercept. Should I play a booster? I'm gonna play a booster. There we go. And do I have any abilities that I can play in this moment? Counter Blast is what it's called. Okay, I don't think I have any abilities. End the main phase, go to the battle phase. I will once again attack with one of the Gibrantons. I'm gonna choose this one. I don't know why I choose this one, but I'm going to. 18,000 to their 10,000. I can automatically resolve this. Counter Blast, I have many things to Counter Blast with. Okay, that didn't do what I thought it did. I thought Counter Blasting was from the damage zone, you flip it over. But apparently Counter Blasting is from the deck. Oh, let me read that real quick. So I need to get that into my noggin. It's put, no. Huh. Maybe it was this. Okay, Soul Charge. So I just soul charged. That's what happened. So the ability that happened was this and not that. All right, now we're back under the control of sound, mind, and judgment. For the time being, of course. Ooh, and I didn't whip. I get to... Alright, and I really want to know if once I do my checking, they can't play. It seems like that's how it works, but I don't want to get comfortable with that as my answer. Me confirmed. Drive check again. Oh, I whiffed. That's fine though, because that's 28,000. That should be enough. That's a nice animation. I like that a lot. They're going up to no heal. They whiffed. They suck. They're going up to 4 damage, and here's their 5th, unless they have a blocker, of course. Which they would have to use a significant amount of blocking because most are 5. Some are 15, but that one was 5. Stand and draw. All right, now it's going to be a learning opportunity. This will tell me if I can intercept with rested units, the sideways units. I can, but do I want? I can, but do I want? I want. I don't know why I want to, I just think it's fun. And I'd rather them... Oh! Even better! I will choose this one. Boom! Counter Blast is when you turn the damage card over. That's Counter Blast. And it's 13,000 to 23,000, so I don't need to do anything. B confirmed. Drive check. Whiff. He sucks. Double drive check. He sucks again. You're not attacking me today. And I'm assuming I have to be careful with what I intercept with and what I don't intercept with, because I'm assuming once I progress into this game, especially with more modern Cardfight Vanguard, that many will take advantage of when you guard and things of that nature, but again, I don't know that. At the start of your ride phase until end of turn, you Final Rush. When this unit, okay, I guess I'll just do it. And Final Rush means that some of the abilities of the cards that I have, W in phase, yes, I don't want to ride. I just missed a phone call. Probably spam. I don't want, I made the mistake of riding when I had no business of riding before. So we'll always ask you if you want to ride, even though it doesn't make sense to ride. So I gotta be careful with that. And now I shall just W end the main phase. And then once again attacking with my rear side guard to this Vanguard. I'm assuming they're going to block. Automatic effect. Soul charge once again, which is effective because the more you soul charge Bruce, the more abilities can happen and things of that nature. I remember that, but I don't remember the exact things that are the abilities that I'm referring to. I just remember it's better to have things soul charged. So this could be 23 against, but maybe it's better. But maybe it's better to like try to get rid of as many guards as possible before doing this. But once again, this allows me to double drive check, which could make this very formidable. So maybe that's just better. That's what the tutorial said. So who am I to disagree? Oh, shite. Okay, I made a mistake. I forgot Bruce's whole thing. I need to attack with my rears. God damn, okay, this was the reason why I needed a soul charge. I need to do an attack with my rears so they could have re-stood up. So that was a mistake. but we learn from them. And we do have another attacker, but the attacker is meaningless unless I get some fronts. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to this one because it's stronger, but I don't think it's gonna matter. B. This does 2 damage now, basically, is what that means. Come on, front. Damn. That's fine. Because I'm at 20 plus 13. Okay, the tie goes to me, and then went back to 13,000. Okay, that's good to remember as well. I'm gonna attack with this because the tie, this literally is. I guess it doesn't actually matter. But oh my god, their hand, they're about to become hymns. They're still at 13, but this is rested. So I doubt that there's a card in my hand. I think it would have to be an order card. Okay, W and face, yes. All right, just remember when you have Bruce, attack with everything before Bruce, which is funny because the tutorial and everything we've learned up until this point has it attacking second, not third. A little tricky there. I'm at 3, they're at 5, but I have a huge hand, so why not spend some of the hand? I'm at 13 to their 13, so let's just do the 5,000. V confirm. Get rid of that card. It's a trigger anyways. V confirm. No guard. Drive check. They whiff. And they're down to 2 cards in hand. Another whiff. Now they're 4 cards in hand. Which I like that. Also too. Incentivizers attacking. They're up to 21,000. They have a skill. Up to a lot. My oh my. Wait a second, that's a shite ton. Is that 28,000 with the 10,000 or is that 28 plus 10? I don't want to risk it. I think it's just 28,000 total. I think the 10,000, that's with the 10,000. I'm pretty sure. So what if we just save our perfects for, but the tie goes to me because that would, no, let's just do a perfect. Let's do a perfect and then discard this card right here, which is a Soul Charger. Petino. And I will get rid of this one. Wait a second. Actually, that's actually a pretty good card to have. Let's get rid of the Interceptor. I think I'd rather get rid of the Interceptor. Oh, I have to get rid of the, what's that? There we go. It didn't light up. The arrow didn't light up, so I was a little bit confused. B confirmed. Because I don't need to do anything else. It's a perfect guard. End phase. And now we just, no, we don't necessarily just win. We're in final rush, but my soul is down to 2. Not running on anything. Yes. And we, oh, I just, that's why. I made a mistake. But that's fine. To err is to be human. The controls of this game are a little sloppy. I don't like that. I guess we're just going to, do I have anything that says I can soul charge? Okay, I can soul charge with that, so that's the first thing I'm going to attack with. W, go to battle phase. Attack with this little thing. Onto the Vanguard, because I have just enough strength to make that viable. Their soul is at 3, automatically do that. Soul charging moves up to 3. To 4, they block, they have to. They're gonna have 3 cards in the hand. But ice, because I'm an ice man. I attacked with an ice man, so there was an ice thing. Animation. That's the word I'm looking for. Another attack with the Vanguard. Their rear guards mean nothing. And that's enough. Maybe not. Heal? If they heal, I'll lose it. Ooh. I gotta say, their gang kind of sucks. My gang that I just newly created with my brother and his bully, I think maybe one other person, much better gang than their gang. Team? I think that's a team. I shouldn't say gang. It's a team. Disrespectful to call it a gang, I suppose. That's the guy. That was the bully I was referring to. Sugoyo!
すげえよ
Sugeyo!
豪雪
I think Mika's the boss.
ぶっ潰してみたくなったわ
And now I get a new deck. Not gonna lie, this deck seemed like kind of buns. I'm probably not gonna play this deck, but it's nice to have nonetheless. Proceed with this deck. Yes. Let's play again. This game, oh my gosh. I have to say, now I know that this game's a few years old. However, this iteration of the game, pretty damn good.
待
Pretty
って
damn good card game.
ねえちょっと
If we don't fight Mika, she'll never return to
一の
Setsugetsuka.
字
約束する
頼む
Oh, that's right. There was a whole other team, and that team disbanded for some reason. And like the head guy of the team
ミカ
was the card shop owner, I think. And all the other teams like stem from this one team. I don't really care. Boom. We're gonna continue with all reliable Bruce. Get the hang of the game before we branch off into another deck. Their hand rock paper scissors mechanics kind of busted. Lots of ties. All right, this is a trigger. We're gonna send that back. This is a trigger. We're gonna send that back, and we're gonna confirm the rest. The grade 3. All right, I just gotta make sure I don't ride that 3. I do not want to ride that 3. I made that mistake 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago at this point, maybe even 4, but we're not making that mistake anymore. We're going to get rid. This is actually kind of nice. I'm gonna actually get rid of this one. Actually, there's 2 of them. Okay, I'm not gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of that one because we have enough of the others. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna get rid of the other one because it soul charges, and that's pretty damn nice. And because now I have a hang of this deck already, I'm gonna put them in the front guards so I can move them to the rear guards next turn. And we're gonna W end phase, go to the main phase, the battle phase, the end phase, all of those phases. Because next turn we're gonna be able to move those soul charging units to the rear guards. So when I do have a Bruce up in his zone,
発動する
I'll have plenty of soul. Back to back souls. Holy crap. 15,000 a zone, that's the most powerful one I've seen so far. We're gonna say no guard.
ノーガード
Let's do some draw. I'm gonna draw a trigger. Okay, I like that actually. You have nothing to heal.
パワープラス
But that makes that stronger. I wasn't gonna guard anyway. So that's exactly what I was saying last game. That was the reason why I was saying
ダ
it.
メージチェックドロー
Draw,
ガイダ
let's draw a trigger. Oh my gosh. I am the Pharaoh. I shall make
プ
my
ラス
Vanguard stronger,
ヴァンガード
but still not strong enough. Why? Never mind. It makes sense. I was about to ask a stupid question. I instantaneously figured it out, and that's a freaking cool animation.
ドロートリガー
Another oh my gosh.
パワー
Come on now. You ask and you shall receive.
私のターンドロー
You ask and you shall receive. Select cost. I will send this one. Maybe. No, I'm gonna send this one. V confirm to the discard pile. Auto do it. This one. V.
スキル発動
Send it to the soul, draw a card with it. I'm gonna move those to my rears because I have enough. 2 grades into my hand bones to make this stratagem possible. This is my second grade 2. And do I have another booster in my hand? This is a booster, but it's also a garter. It's only 5,000. Is it better to be a garter or a booster? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna say booster? Just because I have enough fodder in my hand for the perfect guard that I have maintained. We're going to attack with this one
ヴァンガ
first
ードにアタック
onto their Vanguard, and hopefully another front trigger in this situation would be nice. But we don't get it when I don't attack with it.
ダメージチェック
A
クリティカルドライ
rear guard, it's only the
クリ
Vanguard.
ティカルプラスパワープラス
Now they're at 18. I'm not strong enough to attack with my Vanguard anymore. So that shows me that that was not a viable thing to do. I shouldn't have done that, but the tie goes to me. So I can still attack their Vanguard, but potentially that wasn't the right thing to do. It was potentially in this one scenario because they don't have any guards in their hand, or at least ones that they were willing to use. And because I made a mistake, in my attacking order, I have to end the phase.
ライ
So in that situation, I believe it would have been better to have attacked with my Vanguard
ス
first,
キル発動
boosting up my rear guards,
コール
even if it didn't go through, because it just the triggers happen when I attack, not on the damage. The damage happens when the damage goes through. 14k to Wimpy 10. And I will... I will intercept with the Frost Boy. The Frosty Boy. We confirm. Because that wasn't doing nothing. That's all I need to do. I don't need to go... I think... No, I was going to say I think the game should just automatically say that's enough and not have you even try to do more. But I know that there's going to be situations in the future that I will want full control of my phases. 10k to 10k. I'm at 2 to their 2. I went first. I have a very small hand, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna take the attack.
ドライブチェック
They're gonna drive check anyways. So I think I would rather have the
パワー
hand,
プラス
the abilities to
ダ
do
メー
it
ジチェック
on the forthcoming attacks. I whip again.
ヴァ
That's
ンガ
okay.
ード
It
に
means I have more in my deck for later, more important rounds. 35. Going to 4 is kind of risky, but in the tutorial they did have me do it. I did lose the tutorial, so is that even a good way to think about
ダメー
things?
ジチェック
I doubt
ド
it.
ロートリガー
Oh, a draw trigger. That's pretty nice. It does boost my Vanguard up, which is like rubbing salt in the wound. Yeah, that's the way it feels anyways. Right, deck. Finally, Bruce is back, and I'm going to get rid of this trigger because I don't need it.
これで
To do the Bruce,
ライド
unfortunately I won't be in final rush, but my soul is 4. And now I can call upon my 3 to my rear, and that was the reason why I intercepted, by the way. When this unit is placed on the rear, soul charge 1, and if you're final rush, I'm not. So maybe you try to save that? Sorry, it's too late. I don't think I can take that back anyways. I was gonna say, should I have saved that for my next turn when I am in final rush? But it's too late. I should have read that before I made the decision. Going into the battle phase. Now that Bruce is on the board, it is much safer to attack with my rear
ヴ
guards
ァンガードにアタック
because Bruce allows me to flip them up again. This allows me to soul charge, so it's the forthcoming turns are going to be very Bruce-centric. However, it only allows me to stand up my cards if I'm in final rush, right? You can attack if you're in final rush? Yes. Okay, so that means nothing to me. So maybe I should attack with my Vanguard now to hopefully make my third attack stronger.
ドライブチェック
DJ!
ロートリガー
What's up, my friend? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by, even though it's not Magic the Gathering. But I'm hoping that you're enjoying the Hobbit season. It seems like a lot of people are enjoying the Hobbit. Okay, that was... What was this? What was this? What did I miss? It's a draw trigger. So let's boost this up by 10, which makes that more likely to go through.
ドライブチェック
Drive check again, and it's a whip. That's totally fine.
ア
Ooh.
タック
I keep forgetting there's animations with my Vanguard attack because it's like a rarity. So much of the game happens before the Vanguard comes onto the board. There's a lot of setup in this game, and I quite fancy it. B. Attack the Vanguard. Maybe it's worthwhile to not attack the Vanguard in this situation and get some less fodder, but I think in this situation, because I have a perfect guard in my hand, it's okay. It seems okay, anyways. They're at 4, I'm at 4. Persona Ride. So now, do they have Twin Drive is the question. They have 14,000 of my 13,000. Let's do one of my Wimpy guards to get past this one. And let's do it. Let's do this one. V confirmed. Which just makes my Vanguard stronger. V confirmed. I wonder if that strength lasts for the rest of the turn. It probably says it. But I didn't go that far in my reading. It doesn't. No, it does? No, it doesn't. I think 13,000 just boosts strength. And I want to do it again. And I want to save my perfect guard when the going is a little bit tougher than the toughness of now. Oh my gosh, they healed, but we're tied. Okay, healing happens when we're tied. That is great information. They lost a perfect guard. I love these animations, they're so cool. Damage check, what? Oh, they triggered, so I wasn't enough. Right. Shoot. That's not good, but this doesn't check them. Okay, I'm gonna still save my perfect guard for next turn. That was bad. V no guard. Alright, that's enough. Alright. In my head, up until this moment, I thought to myself, why would you ever boost up the attacking unit? Because like you wouldn't have attacked with a unit that wasn't strong enough. W, end phase. Going straight to the attacking phase. They're at 3. If all 3 of these go through, and they have a gigantic hand, so that's not gonna happen. So, no. We're gonna W end phase. Yes. We're going to attack with this card and this card onto this card. Because we only have one perfect guard and we have an interceptor, and this allows me to soul charge. Plus, Bruce's thing allows. Oh my god, they're blocking. I did not expect that. But that's one card down. We're going to attack with these things, not on the Vanguard again. I want to get rid of their attacker because I want to use up their hand. I feel like the only chance I have is I use up their field and hand, so I can potentially win on the crackback with losing as little resources as possible. And the resources I mean are my guards and also my hand, my perfect guard mainly. Now I can get some of my checks into my hand, which makes me a bit stronger, a little bit more durable for the forthcoming rounds. Be confirmed. That's the way it feels anyways. Hey Cole! What's up, Hey Cole? That is the name I have not read in a long time. I hope you are doing so well. Seems like it's a lovely day here. It's a bit hot, granted, but it's a lovely day here. I hope it's a lovely day wherever you are, my friend. Hey Cole. Alright, so what just happened was I attacked with Bruce. I soul blasted from all my soul to allow my already exhausted units, my rear guards, to attack once again. The tie goes to the runner, so they're in a position that they're going to have to guard, and they're going to have to spend their hand's resources to do so. Which is, actually, I think I played this turn out pretty damn well.
ダメージチェック
What are you playing? I am playing a game called Cardfight Vanguard Dear Days. A wonderful game. I love this game.
スタンドアンド
Very combat-centric game. And it's already an old game. They've already come out with Dear Days 2. I'm a bit behind the curve. However, I'm having a grand old time. Not gonna lie. Their attack me was 15 to my 13. And I'm at 5, don't you know? I'm going to actually... Oh man, this is actually tough. Okay. I don't have anything to fear when they attack me with their rear guards, I don't think. So I'm just going to confirm, now that I'm above the 15 threshold, it's only going to be sketchy when they attack with their Vanguard. And because it is a very sketchy thing, to be sure, I'm going to perfect guard. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do so with... I'm going to do so with this Ice Ein Eisner.
スキル発動
Because I think the rest, I'm going to be able to Persona Ride next turn.
完全ガード
I think the rest of my hand is much better than the Ice Ein Eisner.
ドライブチェック
Two whiffs. Alright, we got a chance here. We got a chance here. And when I have a chance,
ヴァンガードにアタック
you know your boy is going to dance. 25,000 is coming at me. 13,000 is my current strength. And I have 15,000 right off the bat here. And because it's the rear guard that's attacking me, once again, I believe it's okay to just guard with it. I think I only have to go above and beyond when I am facing a Vanguard.
私のターンドロー
But then there's also order cards. You know what I'm saying? There's order
発動
cards.
一気呵成
I'm going to Persona Ride for the first time ever. This is the first time I've ever Persona Ride, and look at the animation. Now I'm stronger because of it. I don't have any... I do have this in order. I have enough though. I have enough. So let's just save that card in my hand in case I draw another perfect guard next turn. They're at 5 damage as well, but they have so many cards in their hand. But I do think it's oh shit, I made a mistake. I should have put a I made a mistake. I made a mistake. God damn it. I should have played another card in. I couldn't even move my booster to my I was too excited. I was too excited. Which is a nice way of saying I'm an idiot. God dang it, I could have given my chance a much better opportunity to win the game.
スキル発動
But now I'm probably gonna lose. Son of a gun. I'm so sorry I'm not watching stream. I am doing work in my school. Hey, you stopped by though, hey call. And that is more appreciated than you know, hey call. I hope your work is going very well though. I hope you're having a great day, my friend. All right, we're gonna just hope that we get lucky with my Vanguard here. I'm hoping for 2 good checks. We're going to blast, and oh, I soul blasted my over trigger, which is not good to see.
私に分がありそうね
I was really wishing I was going to. I think you can only have 1 over trigger. You can only have 1 over trigger in your deck, so that's not a possibility any longer.
完全ガー
Really
ド
hoping for that.
ドライブチェック
They perfect guarded. I whiffed.
ドライブチェック
I whiffed. That's fine. I made a big mistake, guys. I really did, but their hand is starting to dwindle, and I still can attack once again. And they guarded, but again, their hand is much less than it was.
完全ガード
Another perfect guard. That's even better than a normal guard in that situation for me.
ターンエンドスタンドアンドドロー
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3.
ペルソナライド
Ah, such a good animation.
コール
Okay, the music just
ヴァン
changed.
ガードにアタック
The music just changed. And usually when music changes in the game, that means I'm about to lose. But I deserve to lose because I made a mistake. I should have put something. I should have put something in my front guard. Me confirmed. That wants sending me to go to school. I agree. I agree with your mom. Have a great day at school, my friend.
スキル発動
All right, 23 coming at me, but they have 2 drive checks. So... Oh my gosh, this is a hard one. 25, oh my gosh. I lost. Yeah, this is not an interceptor. I think I have to literally, because that's 25 and I'm at 13, I'm going to need all 3 of those for the crackback. I just have to hope they whiff. I have to hope that they whiff 2 times. B confirmed. Yep, come on,
ドライ
whiff.
ブチェック
This will be my first loss, and they
ク
did
リティ
not
カルプ
whiff.
ラスパワ
Oh,
ー
I
プラ
can
ス
heal though.
ドライブチェック
I can heal.
オーバートリガー
Okay. Okay, this was, I think, my first loss in the game, besides the tutorial, of course.
絶対に負けられない ダメージチェック
Heal. No.
次は私が勝つ
Oh, I thought I was gonna be able to draw. I thought I was gonna be damage checking twice because of my Vanguard. Apparently, that only goes when you attack. So we did learn something. So loss wasn't a true loss because we learned something at the end of the day. That's the way I'm gonna see it, anyways. The good news is my voice feels like it kind of returned. That was just a weird fluke. The other good news is that this game's still fun. It's just as fun as I remember it being. And I'm actually really excited to continue playing it. However, my girlfriend is getting off of work pretty soon. So I'm going to end the stream / video there. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Playing this, and or Magic the Gathering, and or whatever other game strikes my fancy that day. Because I'm just gonna play it loosey-goosey going forward. I believe that's my stratagem. But until then, guys, if anyone's still out there, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.